Alrighty guys, today's video is going to be on this Skidoo Safari 1990 model. I believe it's got a 503 fan-cooled twin carb engine. And the reason we're making this video is we were doing carb intake boots, or carburetor adapters as some parts diagrams call it. As these were all split apart, it's a very common issue on Safaris, Escapades, and Skidoo Stratos with the 503 and also the 377 fan-cooled, where the intake boots are angled. I'll try to get this hood open for you guys so you guys can see. But basically, the intake boots are right down there. I'll go from this end, maybe you can see better. But so that's what they look like. That's the new ones we put on. The main thing, the whole reason I'm making this video is they actually don't make that boot anymore. You can't get an OEM boot for that particular part number. And I was going to show you guys what I did. I bought a boot on SPI aftermarket, real cheap, you know, $13 a piece plus tax for a Skidoo Citation 3500. Leave a link to in the description, and also the SPI part number in the description, so you guys can see that if you guys have a Safari or a Stratos with these angled boots, twin carber, and all we did was just put a Citation boot. It's for a 34 millimeter carb, VM34. The only thing different that you're going to see is the notch where it actually is supposed to center on the carburetor doesn't line up. But realistically, it doesn't really matter. It's still sealing nice and tight, and it's all the way on the carburetor and the engine side. So you should be good. We had this one running and driving, and it seemed to run good. So, and these were split completely in half. I mean, these boots were totally junk. Like a lot of the Safaris you'll see out there that need intake boots. A lot of guys said, oh, you can't get them. Well, I would recommend using the Citation boot. Like I said, I'll leave a link in the description. You guys can check it out. It's an SPI aftermarket. You know, I don't really like SPI boots because the rubber is very soft and they don't last very long, I guess. And they're just kind of flimsy. But in this sort of application where it's connecting just a tube, basically is all it is, it's not gonna matter what really rubber compound you have, as long as it's not ripped in half is all I really cared. So once again, guys, it's a boot off of a Citation and some other models. It's a different part number than what, if you look up a 1990 Skidoo Safari LXE, which this is, it'll have a different part number than what I'm going to be putting in the description. So like I said, it worked for us. I'm not saying this is going to work 100% for your application, but it's a heck of a lot better than a completely destroyed boot or trying to RTV or JB weld the intake boot. So just I thought I'd make a video about it, seeing as though I've read on forums that they're not available, and guys said that you could use a Citation boot, but nobody really confirmed that. Well, I'm here to tell you that it is able to be done, and it should work for most applications with this 503 twin carb engine. So what's going on, buddy? Huh? Doggy's angry. And this out there to hopefully help somebody that may be wanting to fix up their Skidoo. And like I said, I put an Indy fuel pump off something else. We kind of had this as a package deal with another sled we bought. But it turns out it actually runs pretty good, and we'll probably try to sell it. But if we don't, we'll just keep it around and beat it in the field and see how she goes. But once again, definitely check out the video description for the part number. And if you guys have a Stratos, Escapade, or a Safari that needs intake boots, give it a shot. It's cheap. The worst that happens, you're out $26 for the two boots. I spent $26 way worse ways. So that concludes the video. If you guys have questions, leave them down in the comments. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, found it helpful, and then subscribe if you want more snowmobile videos. We have tons on the channel. Just go check out the playlist. There's probably a good 100 videos there on old sleds. So we'll see you in the next video.